Maybe at the end I could try one more shotgun.
You're really upset about that, aren't you?
Yeah, like I looked like a bitch.
Because it went too slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because you were...
Because you got really dry.
I know! Joe's drinking beer because he's still stuck in Greece. Alright, so ever since I started making these Greek beer review videos, like they've gotten really popular here in Greece, like while we've been in quarantine or lockdown or whatever. And like all these people have been screaming from their balconies like, Joe, we love your beer reviews. We love the shotgun one, but like we only have bottles here. Like, how do you shotgun a bottle? And I'm like, well, here, I got this video for you. Bendy straw. This is all it takes. It's basic physics. You just take the beer, you take your bendy straw, you put it in like a candy cane so air can enter. Hold it over like that. And that's it. It's literally science. It's literally physics. Like, it's great. That's all it is. Take notes on what science is, Trump. Fuck, you fucking idiot. So today we got a bunch of different Pilsners from the microbreweries throughout Greece. Now, this one might not be the most exciting beer review ever just because, you know, you're dealing with everything that's just right around that 5% ABV. But, you know, in the craft brew scene, like a lot of people actually say that it's harder to make a really good Pilsner because of how much more delicate they are. Where with an IPA, it's just like a bunch of fucking hops, like there's your flavor, you taste some fruity shit, and then like you're good to go and you get you way more drunk than a Pilsner would. So, but today might be interesting. So first off, we got the Voreia Pilsner. This is from the Cetus microbrewery. It's in northeastern Greek microbrewery. They say it's a classic and modern, rich and delicate. It's a Pilsner with floral and citrus aromas. Has some bitterness, but a very pleasant aftertaste, supposedly. When I was doing research on all these Pilsners, a lot of the beer companies talked about the aftertaste. It only has a 3.02 out of 5 rating on Untapped.com. It's 5% ABV. As far as the flavor profile goes, it's light to medium sweet flavor with a good balance. You get some nice biscuit notes in there, and yeah, supposedly it's just like a well-balanced, light, like Pilsner beer. Yeah, that's actually interesting because, you know, I expected it just to taste like a Mythos or an Alpha or something, but it actually, as you're drinking it, you kind of almost get the sense that you're drinking like an amber almost, just in terms of that pleasant aftertaste they're talking about. So that was actually like pretty, that's actually not bad. Like, but like I said, 5%, like you're not going to get anything too crazy out of that. It's definitely a Pilsner, but it's a little bit more syrupy, almost like I just, Alright, next up we got, this comes from the Septem microbrewery. It's their Monday's Pilsner. Now, like when I saw, like the brand is called, the microbrewery is called Septem, so you think, oh, it's gonna be something like kind of metal, like, oh, like this beer is gonna like grab you by the nose or some kind of bullshit. But actually, when I was looking them up, most of their beers have to do with days of the week. Like I think on like their Friday beer, it's like hoppy or higher ABV IPA. But yeah, so it's not quite as metal as I was hoping for it to be, but whatever. And it does only come in a 500 milliliter instead of a 330 milliliter, like the other beers that I bought for this. But it's a 3.37 out of 5 on Untapped.com. It's 5% ABV. Slightly sweet, supposedly, with refreshing bitterness. Don't know how bitterness can be refreshing, but that's kind of what they said. And there's an aromatic aftertaste where zesty and malty aromas dominate. So maybe it is kind of mellow. It kind of dominates and like fucks you a little bit, but like we're gonna see. Like, and if what's worse is if this sucks, I have to drink like the big one instead of the smaller version of the beer. It's definitely really carbonated. I don't really like this one. I mean, besides the fact where it's like really hard to get a drink, but yeah, I'd say this definitely falls a lot more close to a Pilsner than the last beer, but it's just really, it's kind of assy and like not that good assy that we talk about every once in a while. I don't know, you want to try it? Yeah, it's just not that good. Like it's so light and like there's just there's keeps carbonating, it's just gonna, like, it's hard enough to even get a drink, but it's just so light that, like, the lightness, they pulled anything dark out of it so that the lightness just comes and kicks you in the nuts, and then you're just not having a good time with this. So next up, we got this beer. It's from Valtinger. It's a German-style Pilsner, and it's from Cassandria, which is out there in Helsinki, which it's basically like these 3 peninsulas, like in northeastern Greece, also known as Poseidon's Trident, as they like to call it. Is that accurate at all? Okay, well, you know, we tried to, you know, throw a zinger in there for the Valtinger. But anyway, so they're actually described as a gypsy nomad brewery. So I don't know if like if they're one of those nano breweries that kind of goes out and contracts with different actual microbreweries to brew their beer for them. But yes, it has a 3.51 out of 5 on Untappd.com. It's a 5.4% ABV, so it gets bonus points already because it's not staying within that mediocrity of 5. But it's described as a brilliant blonde beer, cool and refreshing with flower flavors and a spicy touch. Now the question is, where does that spicy touch you? Does it touch you in the throat or like something in the taint? Like, I don't know. But as we can see with a lot of these Pilsners, is they just like bubble up a lot, and it's just really upsetting. But anyway, let's try it out. It's okay. It's definitely better than the Septem, but I think, you know, as far as everything goes, it's, you know, you actually, that 0.4%, like the 0.4% of higher alcohol by volume than like the other beers that I've had, you can definitely feel that a little bit. Yeah, so I think with this one, that 5.4%, you can definitely taste it, and it's just not quite as delicate as like you would expect from a German style Pilsner. So it was alright though. It's got pretty cool, it's got a 3-eyed moon on it with some leaves around it and shit, and he's, you know, fucking a windmill. Alright, so lastly we got this Katsika craft beer Pilsner. It's from the Gandros microbrewery. And Katsika actually means goat. So I'm not 100% sure if they're saying like this craft beer, this beer that Pilsner we make is the goat of all Greek Pilsners. Because they actually have like, I think it's a red ale or something that's also Katsika. So they're just goat beers. Not sure what that means. How many goat farmers are there in Greece?
Greece is the most goated country in the world, if that tells you anything.
So it's the most goated country in Europe or the world?
Possibly the world, I think.
Are we talking per capita or what?
I don't know.
Okay, well, the research team kind of works on that. We can continue with the beer review. It has a 3.35 out of 5 rating on Untappd.com, 5% ABV. Aroma is sweet, malty, and moderate hoppy. And then there's just a dash with some grass. But then flavor is medium sweet and moderate bitterness. So, yeah, a lot of these Pilsners have just been kind of bitter. And it's just like not like a pleasant bitter because you're not getting any like fruity aftertaste after that. Maybe this goat can actually change that, but who's to say? Yeah, it's definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit more fruity than the last couple that we had. Like I think, yeah, no, this is actually nice and light. And we just got word that Greece, it's most goats per capita in Europe. Now, is it Europe or just the EU?
EU.
We're just going to say the EU for all intents and purposes. So now, taking these 4 beers, I think in last place, we probably have the Septem. Like, I had really high hopes for this one just because I thought it was going to be metal as fuck, but yeah, no, I think like this isn't really a septum piercing. It's more of just like a regular ear piercing that you might have gotten at Claire's or something. Then in number 3, surprisingly though, like I think we're gonna put the goat down there. It's just like it's pretty good, but it just And maybe like Pilsners aren't my favorite beer or anything, but I think it just kind of, it has a bit of a strange taste to it that, like, depending on like what kind of mood I'm in, like I might like it, I might not like it, but it was just it was good, but it was still a little bit disappointing considering they have a fucking goat on the thing, and that's like the national farm animal of the country of Greece. And then number 3, we're gonna give it to the Valtinger. You know, they get bonus points for the extra 0.4 or for the extra 0.4% of alcohol. They get extra points for the coolest bottle art, and yeah, it's just you're definitely gonna get a lot of flavor out of this one, even if it's not kind of those fruity, hoppy, citrusy flavors that you might want out of a beer in general. Yeah, and then, so for number 1, like, gonna give it to the Voreia Pilsner. It just, it had a lot more complexity, everything going on with it. Like, is it a Pilsner? Is it an Amber? I'm not even gonna pour it out of this bottle because I don't want to know what actually color it is. But yeah, I think that's definitely the best, yeah, of these Pilsners that for today. But yeah, if you really enjoyed this video, you know, really just get down and like curb stomp that subscribe or like button. And then if you hit that bell notification and then like put your phone number in the comments, like I'll personally text you when I'm going to put up a new one of these videos. Yeah, beer. Joe's drinking beer because he's still stuck in Greece.